In an era where speed defines success and visibility often replaces substance, the idea of slowing down feels almost rebellious. The entertainment world moves fast, louder each day, chasing numbers, trends, and fleeting applause. Yet, sometimes, the most powerful stories do not begin on a stage or under bright lights. They begin in silence. They begin far from the city, where the air is thin, the ground is unforgiving, and there is no audience to impress. This is where a different kind of narrative takes shape. A narrative not about escape, but about choice. Not about rejecting fame, but about redefining what it means to live meaningfully within it. When a young celebrity steps away from constant exposure and chooses solitude, discipline, and nature, it naturally raises a question that lingers in the minds of millions. What happens when someone who has everything decides to look inward instead of outward? And more importantly, what does that decision reveal about the rest of us? Stay with us, because this story is not simply about a well-known name. It is about a quiet shift in values, a reflection of modern life, and a reminder that sometimes the most inspiring journeys are the ones taken away from the spotlight. The conversation began when veteran screenwriter Liu Heping shared his reflections during an interview with CCTV. Known for his sharp observations and literary depth, Liu Heping is not someone who speaks lightly about public figures. His words carry the weight of decades spent observing society through storytelling. When he spoke about Wang Yibo, it was not admiration rooted in popularity, but recognition grounded in values. He described a young artist who chose a path rarely taken in an industry built on constant exposure. While many chase attention, Wang Yibo chose distance. While others embrace comfort, he embraced challenge. This contrast is not accidental, it is deliberate, and it speaks volumes about the kind of person he is becoming. Wang Yibo's journey into nature is not framed as an adventurous performance. There are no exaggerated gestures, no dramatic declarations. Instead, there is restraint. There is patience. Whether standing on a glacier, navigating dense forests, or engaging in physically demanding outdoor disciplines, his presence feels calm and intentional. These moments reveal a side of him that cannot be manufactured. In environments where there are no cameras waiting for perfection, what remains is authenticity. This is where the narrative quietly shifts. The audience no longer sees an idol carefully maintaining an image, but a human being confronting uncertainty, fatigue, and solitude. In doing so, he mirrors a reality many people quietly live with every day. For viewers across different cultures, this resonates deeply. In the United States and Europe, where burnout and overwork are growing concerns, the idea of stepping back feels both unfamiliar and deeply desired. In South Korea and Japan, where discipline and social expectation are tightly woven into daily life, the balance between responsibility and inner peace holds particular meaning. Wang Yibo's choices speak across these boundaries because they touch on something universal: the desire to breathe freely, the need to reclaim one's rhythm, the courage to define success on personal terms rather than public approval. What further elevates this story is the way personal exploration transforms into social awareness. Wang Yibo's engagement with environmental projects and climate-related research moves the narrative beyond self-discovery. It becomes an act of responsibility. His participation in collecting data and supporting discussions around environmental change reflects a mindset that sees influence as a tool, not a trophy. This approach reframes celebrity impact. It suggests that visibility does not have to be loud to be meaningful. Sometimes it can be quiet, steady, and purposeful. Audiences respond to this because it offers relief from the noise. Watching someone step into silence gives permission to pause. It invites reflection without judgment. There is no demand to imitate, only an invitation to consider. What truly matters? Is it constant validation or a sense of alignment with one's values? Is success measured by attention or by contribution? These questions linger long after the video ends, which is why the story stays with people. Emotionally, the experience unfolds gently. There is initial curiosity, followed by a sense of calm. Moments of awe appear, not from spectacle, but from simplicity. The landscapes are vast, but the focus remains inward. Viewers may feel inspired, not to abandon their lives, but to adjust them, to step outside more often, to protect moments of quiet, to reconnect with nature in small, personal ways. This subtle emotional arc is what makes the content accessible to a wide age range. It does not demand energy, it restores it. Ultimately, this story reflects a broader shift happening quietly around the world. More people are questioning pace, purpose, and pressure. Wang Yibo's journey becomes a mirror rather than a model. It shows that choosing depth over display is not weakness, but strength. That living thoughtfully can be just as influential as living loudly. And that sometimes the bravest decision is to listen to oneself in a world that never stops talking. If this story resonated with you, it means you are not alone in searching for balance and meaning in a fast-moving world. At Starwatch Now, we are committed to sharing stories that go beyond headlines. Stories that explore the human side of fame, culture, and change. Thank you for spending your time with us today. If you found value in this reflection, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our growing global community. Your support allows us to continue creating thoughtful, inspiring content for viewers around the world. Stay curious, stay grounded, and we look forward to seeing you again soon on Starwatch Now.